Wait, we're rocking on. We're live? We're live to New York. It's SNO. It's the Junk Monk Podcast. Okay. Hello and welcome to the Junk Monk Podcast.
You don't care how you look.
Shut up, kid. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Howdy ho, you handsome hunk. Grab a snack and gain some chunk. If your day is great or really sunk, we hope to help you shake the funk. So if you're good to hear some junk, buckle up, it's the Junk Monk Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Junk Monk Podcast. I'm your host Kandyce and Noah, who you know from Instagram at Hardens and Hard Hats.
And I'm Noah, your co-host you know from Right Now.
If this is your first time listening, let us fill you in. We are watching and reviewing every episode of the USA hit TV show Monk right here each week.
We're going to do so while eating a little bit of junk. So I've got my junk food here, which is some Ruffles.
And I have
make as much noise as possible,
some
Candace.
wings. And I'm starving, so I'm going to eat one now.
Jump right in. Jump right in, Candace.
Also, you must know I have seen every episode of Monk. I'm a huge fan, started watching in about 2007, and for the most part watched it as it aired.
I've seen the pilot episode and those we've done on the show, and a few scattered here and there in different seasons.
So, if you're ready to start the show, Toby, take it away.
Here's what happened. This is Mr. Monk Goes to a Rock Concert, Season 5, Episode 8. Here's what happened. In the opening, we see a roadie named Stork confronting his boss, the famous rock star, Chris Ketter. He's accusing Ketter of stealing his song and giving him no credit. When Stork goes to call his copyright lawyer, the rock star decides to murder him before he gets the chance. Monk is on the case when he attends the rock concert with the captain who is looking for his son, Jared. While waiting, Monk is nearby when Stork's body is discovered falling out of a porta-john. It appears to be an overdose, but when it is learned that Stork had a severe phobia of needles, Monk decides to dig a little deeper. He suspects Chris Ketter when he realizes the rock star has stolen the golden proof, an envelope of lyrics from Stork's trailer. While on stage, the rocker burns the envelope in plain view for all to see. Monk then pieces together exactly what happened. Ketter had killed Stork, placed him in the porta-john, then used a guitar string to lock it from the outside and make it seem like he had an overdose. But when Ketter had remembered Stork's fear of needles, he needed a way to explain this. So he posed as Stork and scheduled an early morning appointment with the acupuncturist. However, this would be his demise, as she had seen him blowing up a beach ball that contained traces of Ketter's very distinctive mint-flavored inhaler. The gang then immediately begins to chase down the ball in a sea of people, and finally Jared Stottlemyre retrieves it and must decide whether to give the ball to the police or his rock and roll god, Chris Ketter. Thankfully, he sides with his father, and the rock star is apprehended in the end.
Alright, so that was Mr. Monk Goes to a Rock Concert.
Yes, it was. Let's see. Candace, what did you like about this episode?
Well, first I would like to point out that we are recording this episode.
Oh, of course.
For the YouTubes. And I think that's how Monk would call it.
You guys can check that out.
And once again, you can see all the mistakes that we're making because
of course.
This is so hard to be on camera. I'm gonna be honest.
We get so nervous.
But we stutter on this anyway. Mm-hmm. But it's like we can edit it out if we stutter, but not on here. So woo.
I know.
Okay, so let's get into our likes. Okay, I like obviously Monk. Mm-hmm. He used to sneak out of school and go to see rock shows all the time. He loves the Stones.
He loves the Stones.
It's so funny.
Wait, one sec.
That has been stabbing me this whole time. When I was writing that whole thing, I was like, I don't remember that being there. That's so weird. That's so weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, Monk. And then he thinks that it's a rock show. Mm-hmm. What even is that? What is a rock show?
I know.
Like a geologist exhibit?
He thought he was the coolest
He's like,
kid.
oh, it's an honest mistake. All right, let's go. No, we have to stay.
He's like, oh. I love how he doesn't want to get paid. He's like, Natalie, I don't want to be here. Natalie, Natalie, I don't want to be here. And then he comes up to Stoudemire and he's like, for the record, I did not want to be here. So,
yeah.
Like, this is all her. This is all her. And then Stoudemire gets a call, and Monk's like, I'm going to go. Call me. I'm going to go. Just call me later. I'm going to go. And then Natalie's like, come on, Monk. Come on, Mr. Monk. We're staying here. He's like,
and then,
I'm going to go. Call me.
And then, of course, he's waiting for them and goes into the porta-john that he thinks he's next for the phone, walks in there, and that scene was really long. We were like,
it was very awkward.
What is happening? And then he comes out and he's like all hunky-dory, and you're like, oh gosh, this is a crazy Monk moment.
Yeah.
And then Natalie's like, what were you doing in there? Are you crazy? And he's like, no, I was just using the phone. Mr. Monk, that was a porta-john. He's like, I know. What did I talk into? And where did I put that quarter? For the love of God, where did I put that quarter?
And then boom, body drops dead.
Dead. And that's where we get the action. So yeah, I actually love the mystery of this one.
Okay, Kandyce knows I don't like the episode overall, but the mystery was so good.
Yeah, and we even knew that he did it.
It sucks because it was such a good mystery, yet it was wasted on such a bad.
But the mystery was good. So yeah. Oh, okay. Because I keep thinking that, and I'm like, let's keep on keeping on. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So while we were watching this episode, I was guessing things left and right, and I've got to be honest. I was very annoying during the episode. I was just like, he's about to do. Yep, I knew it. So as predictable as we all knew the Randy joke was, because Stoudemire was like, there's a big rock concert and Randy called in sick, and I was like, he's not sick. Because why would they just have him sick? It just clicked for me, right?
I will say though that there are episodes where Randy's not in them, and episodes where Stoudemire's not in them. So it's not completely far-fetched that they would just make up an excuse why Randy wasn't there. But I will say that usually when they're not there, they don't make an excuse for them.
Yeah.
They just don't show them.
So, as predictable as the joke was, I liked how it was still funny.
Yeah.
It was still like, I was like, ugh, this is going to make me mad. And then it was actually funny because like Stoudemire keeps the conversation going and going.
When he's confronting him and walking up from behind him, yeah. I put Randy's rocking out. Sick. The music in the background. I like how he explains it though. Like, it's not the greatest excuse in the world, but it's still like, he was still thinking on his feet.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Why does he answer the phone?
I know.
Why wouldn't you just not answer the phone like, oh, sorry, Captain, I was sleeping when you called. Why would you answer the phone and be like, oh, yeah, my radio's stuck on on loud? Like, what?
It was so funny.
But it was funny.
It really was.
And he gets to him all the way to the end. And he's like, yeah. It's like, he hangs up. And he's like, yeah, it's my boss. Yeah. Then he puts the arm and he's like,
Randy.
Yeah, see, what happened was I was on the way to the doctor and then I got nothing. Let's go find Jared.
So in this episode, Monk is... Monk's a little afraid, right? Monk's telling people, hey, stop with the horseplay. And then these guys are like getting mad at him and he's like, guys, just chill. I love that part, right? And then, yeah. And then later on, I wrote that down. I like how he says chill. And later on, in front of everyone, they're all like booing him, telling him to get off stage. He's like, guys, just chill. Just chill out.
I like when the people are making out on top of the car. He's like, this is the police captain's car. How old are you? You can't be 25. He's just completely basing that off of, I don't know, himself. Because remember when Ambrose says before, it's like he's going out on dates with women at 26 years of age. That reminded me of Ambrose when he said that. I was like, oh yes. I like the walkie-talkie investigation.
Oh, yeah.
Where Stoudemire's like down at the bottom. It's like, all right, Monk, what do you see? Like,
I know.
And then, but Monk is such a beast mode.
I know.
He actually does it. He's just like, check this. Over. I'm like, all right, did you see this? Over. And then once they figure it out, he's like, over. I'm saying over. Over. And I'm like, okay. But I actually really like that scene where Stottlemyre and his son bond for half a second over the guitar string.
Yeah, that's one of my, not dislikes, but it's a plot hole.
Yeah, but I like the scene overall. Well, I actually have that in my plot holes too. A different part of that scene is in my plot holes, but yeah, actually, I liked how, I think what they were going for was showing that Jared saw what his dad does for a second.
Yeah.
And being like, oh, he's not as bad as I thought, because then in the end, we know that he sides with his dad.
Yeah. And
it's like, would he have sided with his dad if he hadn't seen him the whole time, like being a good cop and investigating it? He's like, I trust him. Mm-hmm. So.
This is an epic Monk moment. Like, awesome, right? Monk is talking to the suspected murderer of what's his name?
Chris Ketter. Oh yeah.
Okay, so he's talking to Chris Ketter, the suspected murderer of Stork, and Chris Ketter's like, all right, I'll see you guys later. And, yeah, I'll catch you later, guys. And Monk looks outside the trailer and he says, you'll catch me later? It was
so
me kid is just looking, like, jaw dropped.
We're like, oh, snap. Which, I have another plot hole about that, but that was an epic part, like, epic.
Yeah.
I liked Monk's speech, like you were saying, chill out.
Yeah.
It's like, chill out, everybody, chill out. And he's like, it reminded me of the wedding again, phobia or not, whether he public speaks, but it was still a good one.
Uh-huh.
I like when he's like, I hope that one day all the hippies and all the straights can live together, but not too close. The smells. Oh man, that was too much. I like that one.
I just have to give more credit to the crime. I love the beach ball thing.
Yes,
it is so creative.
I have the chase of the beach ball too.
I don't know about the chase of the ball. No. I just like the idea of, hey, it's like Monk puts that together. I like that.
Yeah. But I like the actual chase. It reminded me a little bit of the wine glass, of like who's gonna drink it, of like who's gonna get it, like what's gonna happen, and how they're chasing it. I don't like how all those guys are jerks and kick the ball away and stuff like that. I don't like that, but I just like the suspense part of it. Like, oh, he's got it. Oh no, he doesn't. And then how it ends with Jared getting it. I feel like that was a good climax to that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I feel like the Jared thing was good. I felt like it was a good full circle. It wasn't a like. You know how sometimes we're like, oh, well, how convenient, like how random it was that whatever. It's like the actual reason they were there was because of Jared.
Yeah.
And then he was the deciding factor of what happens in the end. Mm-hmm. So I actually like that.
I like Jared. He's a good little character.
Yeah, I think this is like the third Jared we've had, though.
What, like a third actor?
I think so. It's either the second or the third.
I haven't seen him at all.
Because the first kid was blonde. And then the second kid was a brunette, slender kid. But we haven't seen him in a really long time. So it could be the same kid, just taller. But I don't know. I'd have to fact check that one. Do you have anything else?
No, I do not.
Okay. I have 2 one-liners. One is from Monk. When they go into the trailer. They go into Stork's trailer and they're looking around.
Yeah.
And it's like small and stuffy and cramped in there. And Monk is like, oh, what does one of y'all do if you want to be happy? It's just funny because it's like you expected, like, if you want some privacy or if you want to do something, he's like, if you want to be happy. I thought that was really funny.
Okay.
And then my last one-liner is when they are like, Chris Ketter did it. And Randy's like, no way, I've known Chris Ketter for years. It couldn't be him. And Stottlemyre's like, personally? And he's like, no. Like, he thinks that's good enough. Just No.
No.
And then my last thing is, of course, I've said Jared does the right thing. And I really did feel for Stottlemyre, though, when he's, like, looking up at him. I noticed his eyes were really blue, too. Random fact, but...
Stottlemyre?
Yeah. And he's just, like, looking up at Jared like, you know what? You might not like me, but you know me. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, that's so true. And then Jared's like, I believe my dad. So I really like that part. And then also the really cute pictures at the end.
Oh, yeah.
So he has a picture for his wallet. And again, it wasn't like, where'd that photo booth come from? It's like, it's at a rock concert. They have a photo booth. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And then they take the picture, and then the one at the end of them is just smiling together and looking at the camera. It's so cute. So
it was.
That's my last like.
All right. So ask me what I disliked because I'm so ready for this.
What is only one thing that you disliked and no more than that?
Well, this is kind of all of them. But
okay.
Predictable intro crime. You see these two guys arguing, and I yell, so which one of them is going to kill the other one?
Okay, wait. Can I say something?
20 seconds to go. Okay, that guy's going to kill the other one.
Okay, wait. Hang on. For one, you didn't know which one was going to kill which one.
No, yeah. But we didn't. Because I saw the two. They were getting mad. I was like, which one's going to kill them? And then, like, 20 seconds later, I was like, boom, that guy kills that guy. I don't know how. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay,
I knew it.
Agree or disagree on this. Last week, you were extremely tired, running on no sleep.
Yes.
So you were like, oh my gosh. This week, you're like, boom, I have energy. Mm-hmm. And so you're watching it and you're like, boom, guess, boom, guess, boom, guess. So it's like, I don't know if, I feel like you were just more actively watching it than, like I feel like you were like on fire. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if this episode is necessarily written any more predictable than any other episode.
I was just attacking.
I feel like you were just on it. Like, you were more awake and more excited.
Have we said that before?
Like, yeah.
Have we said that before?
Like, the episodes are written in that way to be because the person we were watching it was like, you know that's how it is. Mm-hmm. Like, he was like, what did he say? You're not saying anything that's not obvious or something. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like which was fun because, you know, it's much more fun than you sleeping. But
yeah.
I felt like you were on it, like, pa, pa, pa.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but the last 2 minutes of the last episode that we watched for the podcast, I was like,
Noah. He didn't go to sleep. He'd been awake for like a billion hours straight.
2 hours and 18... Wait, no. 2 days and 18 hours.
Without sleep?
Without sleep.
That's not possible.
I'm not even joking.
That's not possible.
The only sleep I got was in between. Because Kandyce writes that here's what happens. And in between there, she was like, fine, you can take a nap. So I took a nap while she's writing here's what happened. That's all I had. Actually, at the moment, I think I had 2 days and 14 hours.
Wow, quarantine is treating you well, isn't it?
Yeah, very well.
Okay, all right, so I'll stop interrupting. Go ahead.
Okay, so, predictable intro crime. Mm-hmm. And one of my main ones, people do not act like that at rock concerts. If you want to see what I think they were doing with their hands, go to the YouTube so you can see what I'm doing, right? In the show, they portray them like this. Oh, I love this guy. Oh yeah.
Whoa.
That's the rock music.
Okay.
Right, like that.
I put these extras are extra.
Yeah. It's like they were like, okay, go in there. Whichever of you acts the craziest gets the most screen time. They were like, It was intense.
Okay, however though, I will give credit because I'm almost 1,000% sure that when you're filming, you do not have music playing while you're filming.
Yeah.
So all of these people were supposed to be collectively rocking out, but didn't know what kind of like song was playing, what the beat of the song was, how loud the music was supposed to be, and then we're doing that. I will agree they were doing weird stuff, But again, imagine like someone's telling you, okay, now act like you're rocking for 5 minutes straight with no music.
Okay, they probably
and
do
you
that
would
for
lose
like,
a beat.
They probably do that for like 2 hours.
You would do like, yeah. And they're just like, woo, getting delirious or something. I can imagine. So I will give them credit for that.
Because everyone else is just like, dun, 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 dun.
And then people are like jumping at random times and stuff, yeah.
Like, oh. I could have sworn there was like just some ladies just jumping out at random moments. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Oh, to play off your predictable intro, I thought that the dead guy's accent was like too much. He was being too weird with it.
Like, dude.
Like, yeah, it was like almost southern, but like not, and it was like gruffy and
yeah, it was weird.
It was like over the top, and
yeah,
so
that's true.
yeah, I thought Chris Ketter was playing it like much more cool. So I don't know. It was like I felt like the guy's anger was coming out a wrong way. In his acting.
Yeah.
Connect. So.
No, and then something that I didn't write down was that Stork, whenever he falls to the ground and he's just laying there, you can see him like open his eye a little bit and like his shoulder twitch. I'm like,
well, I saw his eye twitching when he was supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
I was like, they couldn't have used another cut?
I know.
His eye wasn't twitching? I don't know. And then also he's like, I'm going to call my copyright lawyer right now.
I know. Dude.
I'm like, all right. I'm sorry, you're going to do what?
Exactly. Okay. Like what? Okay. So, yeah, let's just go behind this van while I threaten your entire career. No, yeah, that seems like a good idea. Let's go, dude.
Let's go behind this van.
Let's go. No, he's getting mad at him. He's like pushing him, and he's like, "Come on, dude! Like, I'm not gonna make a scene here. Like, let's go to the back of this van. Like, come on!" And he's like,
To be fair though, would you think that a famous rock star would kill you? Probably not. Like if you know what I mean. If it had been like vice versa, you might think like, "Oh wait, this roadie might kill me," but you're not thinking like, Justin Bieber's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
He just does. And they're like, really? And well, you're dead, so you can't think that.
Did I just get killed by Justin Bieber? No way.
I'm dying right now. Pun intended. I did not like the dancing with the envelope. That was a weird shot.
He's like, yeah, I got the envelope in my hand.
And everyone's still just like, yeah.
Everyone's
this guy has an envelope.
Everyone's like, I want to do the envelope in the hand. Ooh.
Yeah, it was a little.
Gosh,
weird.
I don't.
Do you have any more? I have one more.
Just really predictable, very predictable. From predictable intro crime, to predictable porta potty scene, to predictable Randy joke, to predictable. Oh, he's gonna steal the envelope. It was predictables left and right, as you can see.
What about the mystery, though?
The mystery was...
The guitar string.
It was good.
And the locked it and the asthma. And
why did he have to use a guitar string?
That's what he had.
I know, but still.
Well, he shouldn't have used a guitar string. But it was also a rock concert, so there was tons of people with guitars.
Also, you can tell what kind of string it is.
But I would think that the smaller string that you have, the easier it is to tie things off. Because, a thick guitar string, like a G or whatever, would be like super thick. You wouldn't be able to do that. So.
Yeah. Are you ready? Are you ready for the next thing? He's the guy. Okay, as per usual, I have nobody for Here's the Guy. So, he's the guy. So, I'm actually going to be stealing from Kandyce.
Well, I don't know if you can actually steal.
I don't care.
Because I don't have anyone either.
Well, I already said it. Wait, you don't?
Mm-mm. I just have other things.
No
I don't think you can steal. Okay, so Chris Ketter is very similar to Chris Keller, which is on One Tree Hill, and he's a really big plot line in the story, and he's also a jerk rock star.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, that's weird.
That's interesting.
Which is funny because I recently rewatched One Tree Hill, and I was thinking when I heard the name Chris Keller, I was like, is it Chris Keller? I thought it was something else. And I was thinking it's probably where I got that from. Like, I thought it was Chris Ketter, but that was, yeah. So anyways, I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
They're both rude rock stars. I guess that's a good rock star name, though.
What
if his name was Chris Killer?
What?
Too obvious? Too predictable for you? Is that predictable enough?
I know, golly.
And then my next person is, okay, again, not from this one. Sorry. Didn't recognize anybody. But some, like, updates, I guess. This is my last Everwood one because I'm done with Everwood. So no more Everwood from me.
Oh, no.
But I saw Crystal, the truck driver from Mr. Monk Gets Stuck in Traffic. Remember the really loud, aggressive lady who Monk gets fired and then she wants her to call.
Oh, yeah.
So she's Crystal, the truck driver, and her name is Diane Delano. And she was, so do you remember the storyline in Truck Driver, right? She's a bad driver or whatever. So in Everwood, she was actually a recovering addict who was in, like, she was on screen for like 2 seconds, but she was at an AA meeting and is like, oh, thanks so much for the meeting. I enjoyed it. It was awesome. Thanks. And so I was like, oh, look, it's a full circle moment. Wow. She was an angry, swerving truck driver, and now she's in AA getting help.
That's crazy.
I was like, this is so nice.
Wow, who knew?
Yeah.
They were
And then my last person.
Same universe.
Is the other show that I had mentioned before that I was watching, which is The Middle. Right, with Patricia Heaton.
Of course.
If you don't watch The Middle, go watch it.
It's amazing.
It is so good.
It's a classic.
It's so good. But Amy Sedaris was on there for an episode when Frankie works at Ellert Motors. This lady, which is Amy Sedaris, she comes in and acts like she is trying to buy a car, and she's drunk. And so
I watched that episode like a few days ago.
Yeah, that's Gail.
And she's like, wait, should I sell her this? I feel bad selling her this. She's like,
and then
but I should sell her it.
No, because she's like, no. She's like, I'm sorry, ma'am, you're too drunk. I can't sell it to you. And then she's like, wrong, Frankie. You should have sold me the car. And she's like, what? So she was tricking her. Ellert had hired her to be like a motivational car salesman person and to get to the bottom of Frankie's bad sales. And so anyway, but Amy Sedaris is Gail, which is Sharona's sister.
That's
so.
Really? Yeah. How did I not notice that?
Yeah.
Gail's so iconic. I love Gail.
I know.
That's so weird.
Yep. So that's it for He's the Guy.
Okay.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Get her done.
Junk time.
All right. So my first question is, have you ever been to a rock concert?
No, sadly I have not.
Yeah, I haven't either. I've been to a lot of concerts, but never a rock concert. Like, I honestly think it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like, especially if all those people are there. Like, they're like mosh pits and stuff. And that's kind of like a little too much for me to handle. So I don't know about that. But if you could go to any concert, what would it be?
Oh. Like right now? It would be... It's a good question. What about...
I'm mostly into pop music. But I also really like singing, and like when people are really, really good at singing, I enjoy that the most, you know? Like more than like a good show, I guess. Like I went to a Rihanna concert. I've been to a lot of concerts, but the Rihanna concert, she was the best singer that I had heard. Like live singing, I was like, wow, really impressed. So even if it wasn't the best show I'd ever been to, it was really good. So like some really good singers I haven't seen yet would be like maybe Beyonce, or I'm not super interested in going to a concert like that though. But maybe like a Kelly Clarkson-esque type person who's just really good at singing. I think I would enjoy that. But I can't think of anything. I don't know.
Neither can I.
I'm not into music. I'm not super into music. I used to be, and I used to go to all the concerts. But the last concert I went to was the Jonas Brothers.
And I was also there. We went together.
Jonas Brothers were the bomb. They were awesome.
They were so good.
They did really good, and they put on a good show, and it was so nostalgic.
It was like a weird little story.
I may or may not have cried.
Twice.
Like 3. Yeah, twice. Just twice.
Maybe 6.
I only cried twice. Times 2. But yeah, I think the closest thing to a rock concert that I've been is I went to visit my aunt when I was like 17 or so in Chicago. Mm-hmm. And there was a Sugar Ray concert in the zoo. After the zoo was shut down. Mm-hmm. It was very like cool Chicago thing to like do. Mm-hmm. And it was like, you know, but it still was a very calm show because Sugar Ray was like from the 90s. So it's, you know what I mean? It wasn't like people mosh pitting or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So no concerts you want to go to? What are all the weird things that kids are listening to now?
I don't know. I don't listen to the weird things that kids listen to.
The rock and roll, techno music.
We don't. It's more of like hip hop for kids my age. Not hip hop, but rap music. Kids are getting into that now. So, it's just like I like one or two. Like the stuff I listen to, weird stuff. Just like.
Real deep. Like no one else would want to listen to.
No, it's just like, I just have the weirdest taste.
You just listen to YouTube videos?
I just listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
I'd want to see us live.
That's basically what I do.
Check out our GoFundMe so we can actually have a podcast live.
People go on tour. Like
really?
Like, oh yeah. One of the podcasts I listened to was on tour.
Don't tell the viewers because they're gonna want to watch that podcast instead of us.
Oh, it has nothing to do with us. It's completely different audience. There's room for all people. There's room for all.
That's true.
So the next thing I want to do is I would like to play a message.
Ooh.
And give me just a sec.
What's happening? I'm excited. I'm excited, everyone. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Kandyce is up. She's checking the camera just to make sure we're still recording because the camera does some weird things sometimes. So, all right, Kandyce. Spill the beans. Tell me everything.
Also, if you want to leave us a voicemail, make sure you do that.
No!
Our number is at the end of the show.
No, it's a voicemail? Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
Hi Kandyce, hi Noah. I'm Lindsay Chambers from Instagram, and I just wanted to say that I love your show, and I love listening to you guys talk. Every time I listen, I end up laughing with you guys as I remember watching the episode for the first time, and it feels so good to laugh during all of this coronavirus craziness. And also thank you both so much for my Junk Monk box. I love it so much, and honestly, it makes quarantine a lot better for me, so I cannot thank you enough. And one more thing. Just like Noah, I am also an actor, or actress, I guess, for me, and I'm in a theater class at school and have been in a couple shows so far, so Noah, if you ever want to talk theater with me, go ahead. I wish I could see your eyes light up as you listen to this, but hopefully hearing your reaction on the podcast will still make my day. And anyway, this has kind of been a long message, so long story short, I really love your show, and I'm so grateful that you guys made this quarantine so much better for me. And so thank you both so much, and have a great day.
Oh my gosh. Lindsay, yes. Oh,
I got it, Lindsay. That was for you, Lindsay.
Did we do this whole thing just for Lindsay?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
If his eyes didn't light up, they sure watered up.
Oh my god.
That was, you know what? She left that message the other day when you were taking a nap.
No, she's not.
Yeah. And I was sitting in here like, that's so sweet. I love this message so much. So guys, if you want to see Noah's eyes light up, leave us a voicemail at 323. Hang on, let me just pull it up.
Every time we do every time you give us a voicemail, we'll do a video. We'll do a video.
Oh, that's a big ask.
No, it's true.
Okay, so
wait, I want to say it.
Okay.
Since it means a lot to me.
Okay.
Okay, leave us a voicemail at 323-366-0477.
With your questions, comments, or just to show us some love.
Once again, 323-366-0477.
All right.
Just in case anyone needs it slow.
Okay, so that was exciting.
Oh my gosh, I loved every second of that.
But sadly, junk time is over. Gotta move on.
Aww.
Let's get the move on. Thanks, Lindsay.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. Plot holes. Okay. Actually, they're now being rebranded as plotties.
No, they're not.
And I will never, ever stop saying plotties until I get my way.
Okay, so what is your first plot hole?
Okay, so my first plotty was... Okay.
I have a bunch, so.
Jared touches evidence. The strings.
Yes.
I have two about evidence, actually. Jared touches the... Like, okay, so... Captain Stottlemyre is wearing gloves, and he's like, oh, I can't contaminate the evidence, right? And so he grabs the string from the porta potty. He's like, look, I found a string. And so he brings it over to his son for some reason, and he's like, Monk, I found a string. Let me just go walk over to my son and show it to him. And he weirdly walks over to his son, and his son's like, oh, it's a 12 string, while holding it and touching it like this, like I'm touching you guys, right? Like that, right? His son's just putting his grimy little fingers all over the string, right? Exactly. You wouldn't...
Yeah. He was wearing gloves, and then he lets Jared touch the string without gloves on. Like, what were you wearing the gloves for?
I know.
Why don't you just go touching everything?
I know. Golly.
Okay, so first, this is an easy one. We're calling our lawyer at nighttime and being like, I have the proof. Okay, so don't do that. Monk touches the bulb twice. Have we ever seen him touch a light bulb 2 times? Why would he do that?
He's never done, like...
He touches a light bulb once, and then he moves on. He touches every pole once, and then he moves on. He doesn't touch it with both hands.
It's for the line where she's like, well, this happened to his hand. And he's like, well, what happened to the other one? It happened again.
I think we'll see.
They did that to set up that line, for sure.
I was thinking that maybe they were doing it to set up the fact that he knew he was going to have a Band-Aid because he burnt himself. Mm-hmm. And so he was like, oh, no, I need a Band-Aid. And then burnt his finger to do it again.
They should have did that. Yeah.
But there's other times, like, Stottlemyre, like, has something wrong with his arm or something, and then he makes him wear something on his other arm, even though it's not hurt. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I didn't think it made sense that he touched the light bulb twice. He's never done that.
Did you just spoil something?
No, we've already seen one where he gets shot.
Oh, yeah, he got shot. Oh, no.
No.
People don't do that at rock concerts with their hands. They don't jam out that hard where they're just flopping their arms around.
That's where they keep bodies, where they find them. They don't get like a coroner or anything. They just stick them in a tent.
Exactly.
A medical tent.
Exactly.
I thought that was weird.
That's my thing.
I guess they did, to be fair, they did have that lady come, the Emmy or whoever that was like touching him. You were like, why is she touching him? I was like, oh, that's the medical examiner. So they did have the medical examiner go there. So I guess that's just where they were keeping him before they took him away.
Yeah.
I guess just not a lot of time had passed. So they're like, let's just move this body out of here. But I don't know.
See, that's my main problem. Evidence should go into evidence. They're like, oh no, this guy died, which has weirdly been clean for 17 months, but just decided to do heroin out of the blue. Huh. Alright, we'll just give this jacket to some roadie friend. What?
Yeah, the jacket thing. Because she's
and then
like...
Monk's like, okay, well, he had this in his pocket, which is obviously a clue. Look, it just says 720 on some van. And they find out... Why wouldn't someone look in the pockets?
Yeah, I didn't think that was that bad at first, but then I was like, oh yeah, they just saw a dead body fall out of the porta potty. And then they're like, oh yeah, here's his jacket.
I know.
Like the victim's jacket, you don't think that that's important.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, I think you're right. This is a kind of random one. We should have looked it up though. Is Monk that much older than Chris Ketter? Because he's like, oh, I'll play with you when I'm 85. And I'm like...
They're probably the same age.
Yeah, can you look that up?
This is another Chris Ketter moment. Or not Chris Ketter moment. terrible villain moment where they are just terrible villains, essentially, where they give away... They just act like the bad guy, essentially. Like, and also, what I was going to say earlier is they're very similar. Like, the astronaut and Chris Ketter, very similar. Both very can't prove a thing, very... they're obviously both famous, and they're obviously both... think that they're better than Monk, so.
Okay, I can't find how old Chris Ketter is.
Really?
Yeah, there's no age for him, like on his biography. That's weird, right? I don't think I've ever seen someone not have a birthday.
Really?
Yeah. But anyway, I didn't think he looked that much younger than him. But, okay, so my next one is Monk definitely suspected Ketter, right? Because he made the comment of, oh, I'll catch you later, you'll catch me later, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So we know that. But he still let him go with him into the trailer?
Yeah.
That was so lame.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Can I go with you? Like, can I tag along? We're like, no. How about we just say no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I said that during the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a murder suspect who probably did something in this van. You're just gonna let him waltz right into the van with you.
Yeah. No.
I don't know.
Also, how did he find that envelope so fast?
Yeah.
He was like, oh, can I look around? And he's like, oh, boom. Takes it, puts it in his pants.
They're all three looking, and then he's like, yes, this envelope is mine now.
It's like, what were the chances of
and
that?
Then Monk...
That was a how
Monk
convenient moment.
The dumb thing is Monk saw the envelope. He's like, hey, wait, the envelope's missing. Interesting. It's like, you knew there was an envelope that could have stored evidence or information.
Yeah. Well, because everything else was pictures.
Yeah,
That had an envelope, so he should have gotten it. And
Yeah.
My last one was
smart.
My last one was the inconsistency of the music. The music was quiet, and then it was loud, and then it was quiet, and then at the end, most of the time it was quiet, and then at the very end when they're doing the summation, Monk is yelling because the music is so loud.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what?
I hate the summation.
And he's like yelling.
That's such a cliche.
I was like, they're yelling over the music that has been quiet enough the whole time. Like when Monk's going through all the people and he's like hitting the ball and getting hit with the ball, the music is quiet. But then at the end, it conveniently is turned all the way up. They're like, well, so.
Oh, no. And then it's, oh, what, blah, blah. And then super heartfelt moment. Dead silence. I got so mad.
Which I did notice that they weren't playing their music, though. They weren't playing their music, that's why it's quiet.
No, everyone looked around like they were confused. They're like, huh?
But why did they stop the music whenever they didn't stop the music 2 seconds ago? When they were like,
I know.
We need that beach ball. And they're like, who cares? They turn off the music. And then the kid gets a beach ball in his hands. Everyone's like, unplug the amp. Yeah.
Exactly.
That didn't make sense.
That was dumb. So, is that all?
That's all for me, yeah.
You just looked at it, Candace.
No,
you just looked at my score.
All I saw was 10. Did you give it a 10?
No, I didn't give it a 10.
It's out of 10.
You already know I didn't give it a 10.
You are literally the king of looking at my paper, so I don't even know what's happening.
Okay.
How crazy was Monk this episode?
Plus crazy moments. Okay, so, Candace. Give me some, let's ramble on about some of them crazy moments, shall we? So, you go first.
Okay, Monk went to rock shows.
Okay, Monk doesn't want money.
Monk yells at the maker-outers.
Oh, Monk loves playing hooky and loves going to the Stone concerts.
He's trying to get onto every single fan and rocker that's at the whole concert. He's constantly just trying to get onto them.
Oh, yeah. He insults everyone there about how they smell.
He goes into the phone booth.
That's all I have.
He talks into the we don't know what. He puts his quarter we don't know where. He touches a 400-watt light bulb.
Oh, yeah.
He investigates the porta potty from 100 feet away. Over. And then my last one is chill out. Chill, you know?
Just chill, you know?
Out.
Okay, so out of 10 BBBs, blue beach balls.
Nice,
Beach balls.
classic. And to go off that, I will say out of 10 minty inhalers.
Ooh, that's a good one. There was a lot of items in this.
There was a lot of items.
Like
I thought
the string.
Was that it?
I guess
needle.
I was going to say that. The thing he was talking into unknown
photo
phone.
strips.
I don't
know.
That's so weird that we thought of the same two things.
Okay, so out of 10 Rockstar Beach Balls, what do you have? What number?
It is a, drumroll please, 7 out of 10. You know why it's a 7 out of 10? Because he's not crazy. Okay, he is very, very crazy in this episode, I will admit. But he is also at a rock concert. You can't expect him to be like super well-behaved monk at a rock concert.
That's true, but why did you give him such a high score then? I gave him 3 minty inhalers.
Really?
Yeah. Because I didn't think he was that crazy. I thought that there's other instances where he is out of his comfort zone and he's not really allowed to escape that. And I felt like he found a way that he was able to take himself out of that a little bit with the walkie-talkie. So I was like, huh. Like if he was able to take himself out of the garbage strike and look at the crime from the outside, probably wouldn't have been as crazy. But he's in it and he's forced to be in it and stay in it and solve the crime. Okay, so I felt like he got a little break from being
I still
there.
agree with 7. I know I usually would change it, but I agree with 7.
Well, that's okay. I just didn't know because you were like defending a 7 and we're saying he's not that crazy. And I'm like, then why does he have a 7?
I mean,
when I think he's not that crazy, I give him a 3. But that's just me. You always just rate him higher.
I rate him like an 8.
I give him 20 things and I rate him a 3, and you give him 5 things and you rate him a 7.
Well, I gave him a 4 for Captain Cool episode. Oh no, it was a pretty chill episode. Yeah.
Not bad.
That was pretty good. Okay, so I'm a dumb, stupid frig and forgot to give Toby his... Oh, Toby's back in the studio, everyone. Last week he was out because of sickness. Thankfully, Toby's back in the studio, but I forgot to give him his sheet music, so hold up, let me just... Rate this episode. Okay. Thanks, Toby. What would you rate this episode, Candy?
Alright, not my favorite episode, for sure. But I like the mystery of how he did it and how he was caught. And it still had funny bits. So I'm scoring it similar to The Private Eye because I'm not sure which one I like more. So I give it a 10.65.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like this episode has a lot of unredeemable mistakes. And for that sole reason... Actually, not for that sole reason. One other reason is because you were like, Private Eye or this one? And I really like Private Eye. Or like a lot better than this one. So, just to tank its scores in the final race for the best ranks of all, I want this to be better. So I give it a 4 out of 10 just to tank it in rating.
Okay, well I kind of assumed that you would give it a 4 just based off of the episode. But like I was saying, like I felt, I don't know if this makes sense, but like I feel like my gut reaction is, yeah, I didn't like it as much, but also I didn't really enjoy the Private Eye one for the mystery. I didn't like the whole like fender bender thing and the guy who murders the girl in the boat. And so it's like, it's weird because it's like, if I could take all the funny out of the Private Eye and add it with the great mystery of this one,
it would have been
it would be like really, really
good episode, yeah.
But it's like, I'm just trying to think like, do I enjoy the comedy or do I enjoy that mystery more? And that's where I'm kind of struggling because it's not like I think that the Private Eye is the most funny episode ever, you know? So that's where I'm kind of struggling. So I figured that I would rank them similarly and then let you kind of decide whether it goes up or down. So I figured it would go down, but I was willing to go with that. Because I feel like that's the right thing, but also not enough for me to score it much lower. Because it just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I rated that episode a 6 out of 10. This is a 4 out of 10, so.
Yeah.
Get wrecked! This episode.
Still like that.
Ooh.
Mystery, though.
Alright, so that's...
We're done.
Dang it, I always get so sad at the end of every episode.
I know.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. I'm so happy.
Hopefully the camera's still recording. We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Our camera's so glitchy, guys.
It's not glitchy, it just is trash. It's garbage. And it's really good quality. It just
My
turns
really
off.
expensive camera is garbage.
It's trash. Alright.
Alright, we gotta sign off. I gotta go somewhere that's not fun.
She's to go to the dentist.
I was gonna give him a hint. Jeez.
What were you gonna
I was
say?
gonna say it's Monk's superphobia.
Oh, well, he's a lot of superphobias.
No, it's superphobia. Remember, the dentist is a superphobia.
Yeah, he has a lot of he has like 10 superphobias.
No, he has a top 10 list.
Like snakes.
No.
Clowns.
No, you're not correct.
Yes, I am.
No. This top 10 list
Candace,
is the top
I'm
10
a phobia
fears.
connoisseur. I'm a phobia connoisseur.
Okay, well, all the Monk fans out there are going, Kandyce is right. I guarantee you.
No, they're
there's
not.
a top 10
Lindsay
list.
Chambers, I can tell you, Lindsay Chambers, me and her are high-fiving through the mic. That's right.
That's just because she thinks you're cool. That doesn't mean you're right.
Well,
Alright, I'm being summoned to the dentist, so for real, I gotta go now.
Alright, goodbye, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
And brush your teeth, because it's a junk out there.
And brush your teeth, you disgusting pig. What if we just insult them? Oh, you smell so bad, you disgusting pig.
Send us a voicemail, you disgusting pig. I'm just kidding. Okay, bye.
But for real, thank you, Lindsay.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the Junk Monk Podcast. We'd love to hear from you, so please give us a 5-star review wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, follow us at Junk Monk Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
If you want to know more about Kandyce, she's at Hardens and Hardhats on Instagram. And if you want to know more about me, Noah L., subscribe to my vlog, Noah Hernandez, on YouTube. Also, you can leave us a voicemail at 323-366-0477 with your questions, comments, or just to show us some love.
Don't forget to catch up on Monk with Amazon Prime Video, and of course, subscribe to our show.
You'll thank me later.